Well, since you both have work to do, uh, we won't be able to talk about it. But here's what I really want to discuss about. So, like, yeah, finally it started to make sense. Okay, we had always read this in 12th, Heisenberg's principle that this velocity and position of an electron cannot be simultaneously known. Because if you know the position, we don't know the velocity. If you know the velocity, we don't know the position. I just read it, like in 12th, I just read it, and 11, 12, I don't know, whatever, whichever grade it was. I just read it and I went through classes, like I just wrote the exam and all. I never really understood it. But now I finally understand. So it's exactly like the duality of an electron, the wave, and the particle nature. So, so it shows both these properties at the same time, and we don't know how. We don't know how, but we know it shows. We know it shows. Okay, so uh, like the easiest, like there's a lot of explanation, but the easiest explanation that I've come across is you guys know polarizer, right? It only allows light in one direction. Like we see it in glasses. Like your glasses turn black in sunlight. It's because it allows light only in one direction. So polarizer, basically. So what happens is, say there's a polarizer like this. I saw this experiment online. So there's a polarizer like this, and they put it up against a light source. So it emits all the light that is in this angle. This angle, whatever, like let's just call it 90 degrees. Let's just call it 90 degrees. So it's at 90 degrees and it's emitting. So it takes another polarizer that is again at 90 degree, but he superposes it. He puts it on top of this one, and like if he places it right on top of it in the same exact position, like 90 on 90, then it emits 100% light, exact same. But if he changes the angle like this, at 45 degree, it still emits some light, like on top of that bottom one which is emitting 100%, another polarizer at 45 degree, it still emits some light, not all the light, not 100% light, but some light. But if you like superpose it at 90 degree with 180, degree, like this and like this, then this part emits no light at all. There is no photon with any angle that any angle at 180 that can be, you know, projected through, because it's all coming at 90 degree. But that's the thing, right? If everything is coming at 90 degrees, if all of it is at 90 degree, how is it that it's being emitted at 45 degrees? How? So the thing is, it does not have any angle. Yes, it blew my mind. There is no angle. It is at all angles. It is at superposition. The state is called superposition. Superposition is a state in which the cat is both dead and alive. I thought it was a literary thing, like okay, it is dead and alive until we see it, and then we are like, it's just ignorance basically, is what I thought, and that was like the joke or something. But it's not that. What it is that the cat is actually both dead and alive because the electron is in both states. Now what happens is, when we are trying to determine at this 45 degree angle, at this particular polarizer, the photon is already at superposition state, but when it hits this polarizer, it has to choose. It is being determined. So it has to choose, and at that particular point, some photons, like out of that 100% that are being released from the first polarizer, some photons pick this angle and they are being projected. But only at this point, when they're passing this second polarizer, are they at 45 degree angle. But once they cross it, they are again at superposition state, where they have no angle, they are at all angles. Not all angles, like they are at multiple angles basically, or all angles. I don't really know exactly how many angles. Like the cat is both dead and alive is like because the electron is in, like, the radiation is because of the electron being at both decaying and not decaying. And what happens is, once we check on the cat, then it has to choose one state. Then it can be either dead or it can either be alive. It cannot be both at the same time physically. But while we are not watching it, while we are not determining the electron, while it is undetermined, it is in superposition state. Hence the cat is both dead and alive, and we know it is both dead and alive, but scientists have still not been able to figure it out how or why. I mean, why is it in superposition? Why? We have never understood it, but we know it is in superposition state, and it blew my mind, and it's the most interesting thing that I've come across. But the thing is, dark blew it up. Dark blew it up. This is seen on a small scale because electrons have a higher wavelength. Yeah, I had to go through like multiple of theories to come to this. Like I've gone through like Higgs boson and all also. But yeah, it makes sense. Like I won't explain all those too. Like when you guys get free, I hope. But anyhow, an electron shows these superposition state, and photons show. I mean, they show this state because they have higher wavelength. They're small, basically very small, and they have high wavelength. We are humans, we have very small wavelength, almost negligible. No, we can't say negligible, so like almost small. But that is why we cannot portray these superposition state, but electrons can. Yeah, sorry for the long video.